Okay, here we go. Next mini lecture in our series, begin. All right, today we're going to be talking about descriptive writing, and we've moved into our second module, so we're learning about how to write paragraphs. And when you're thinking about writing a descriptive paragraph, your goal is to clearly engage the senses of the reader. You're trying to capture a moment. Imagine that you're painting a picture with words. So let's just, clearly define this. So we're getting some ding dong bells in the background. That's emails coming in, but just as though I was in class, I'm going to press straight on here. Okay, so when we're writing descriptively, we are describing a thing, a scene, a place, and we're trying to do so clearly. Okay, number two, it's writing that, again, as I mentioned before, you're trying to capture the moment. And you'll find that this type of writing is often going to use adjectives, and we also want to use what I call sentence spicing. That means that I'm hoping to see a wide variety of our different sentence types that we've been learning. So up till now, we've learned about 7 different main core structures, and then we've learned some additional tools like PLMPs and scoopable phrases. So I'm hoping to see that you're incorporating these writing tools as you're building your paragraphs. Okay, so here are some tips that can help you to succeed for writing descriptive passages. Number one, pick a topic that you think will not only interest yourself, but also your audience, right? So we remember we've got our 6 writers pillars, right? The ABCs, accuracy, brevity, and clarity. And then we've got PAF, which stands for purpose, audience, and format. So obviously that A is the audience factor here. Okay, make certain to use your adjectives strategically. And what I mean by this is I believe the maximum number of adjectives that should explain or modify one noun. Let's start with 2 for now. If you've got a longer list than that, it can become too wordy and unwieldy for the reader. So, if you're talking about a tree, you could describe it as tall, you could describe it as having many limbs, you could describe it as being bright, but don't do them all in one phrase. Kind of spread it out over your description and over your sentences. And in a moment, my second video today is going to actually show you the process of me actually writing a paragraph. So you'll see what I mean about how to be strategic through that modeled example. Okay, so number 3, visualize before you write. And also I could add here, maybe make a plan before you write. Just kind of think about what you want to describe, try to picture it in your mind, close your eyes, try to see it there, and then also think, how could I lay out the best and most accurate way to describe this thing that I'm trying to convey to my readers. And yeah, here we go. Obviously, these two are linked. You should make a basic plan. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about making a plan for a descriptive paragraph. Firstly, you need to have your topic sentence, and this should clearly state the thing that you're focusing on or describing. Next, this is going to be followed by what I call your detail sentences. And quite often for this kind of pure descriptive paragraph, I'll just go through the sentences one by one. Start with what you see, then move to what you hear, move to any kind of smells that might be related to what the scene you're capturing, and then also the feeling, kind of like the physical feeling, like is there wind, or is it cold, is it hot, kind of try to capture that moment, but also the internal thought process that might be connected to engaging with your setting. If you want to, you can make comparisons, and in particular, I like the use of both metaphors and similes. Metaphors are direct comparisons using the verb to be, and similes use an indirect comparison using like or as, and always use your ABCs, so accuracy, brevity, and clarity of the points that you're trying to convey to your readers. Also, it's very important that you try to sew together your paragraph, sew together your sentences with transitions, linking elements. I kind of covered that briefly in my first mini lecture about paragraphs for today, which might be considered yesterday when you're watching this video. And we'll look at that in our example as well. Wrap up with a closing sentence, and boom, you should be done. So there's going to be a writing task attached to this video. So we're asking you to write your first paragraph, and this will be an accessible paragraph, so it will be deductive. It'll count for 5% of your grade. So the writing task: compose a descriptive paragraph that clearly shows a place, person, or thing. Your paragraph should be between 250 and 400 words long. This is summative, that means I'm assessing it, and it will be deductive. Okay, so if you wanted to check out the range of examples, you should be able to check the website indicated in the hot link.